reverently. So let me ask you, this is going to take you, I'm going to ask you to not just automatically reply, but to really think when I ask this question. Are you a free thinker? Or are you a parrot? Do you repeat what you hear that you prefer to believe? Or do you take what you hear and contemplate it and think about it from every aspect without an idea of preference to discern how does that fit with where you are in life, with what's most important to you? And as a free thinker, do you realize that you're unique? And if you realize that you're unique, you realize that as a unique thinker with freedom to think, you think differently than most. You have a different twist on how you look at life. And that's okay. But we've been so domesticated to think the way society thinks. Well, take a moment and look around at society. Do you want their experience? Do you want to have an average experience of society? Do you want to go through life being a victim? You're a victim when you don't think for yourself, when you give your power over to other people's ideas and other people's words without having thought them through. So now my ideas are not necessarily very different, but they're unique to me, and they're unique to me in how I apply them in my life. And the key thing is to understand that you're not here so that you can spout ideas to please others. I got this really clearly at the age of 15. At the age of 15, I entered in Cardinal Mooney Latin School. That was a seminary for becoming a Catholic priest in the Archdiocese of Detroit. So in the tender age of 15, 19, 15, I would have been living away from home 5 days a week. Weekends, I would come home. I would come home on Friday, go back on a Sunday. And I was being taught what a Catholic should think. Well, I questioned. I asked a lot of questions. And my questions got me in trouble. Why? Because I didn't just accept things with blind faith. I questioned. And the beauty of it is, a year later, when it was time to go back, I did not go back. Both from the standpoint of my choice and the standpoint of their choice. Because they don't want a free thinker. Most groups in society don't want free thinkers. They want to domesticate you, to get you to think the way they think. Because then they've got power. They can control you. But think about this. Do you want to be controlled? Do you like not being free to be your unique self? Go back to Plato. Plato said really clearly, empty your mind of all thoughts every morning. And then one by one, look at them from all aspects and decide whether they're serving your highest expression. And if they're not, discard them. You may not have done that at this time. You may be 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. Doesn't matter how old you are, maybe 90 years old. Guess what? You can start to be a free thinker right now. You can start to question, what does it mean to age? What does it mean to mature? Does it mean giving up on my dreams? Does it mean I can't do things because I'm this age? Don't buy into what society is saying. Think for yourself. That's your power. The greatest discovery humans have ever made is that they have the power to think. And then once they discerned that they have the power to think, they understood that the power to think and the mental atmosphere we create with our thoughts, my God, it translates into the experience we have. Now, if you get that, the next question is, are you thinking in alignment with what you truly value and what you truly love? Or are you numb? Are you unconscious? And this is where most people are in my mind. I don't think people chose to be victims. I think they're just unconscious that they have the power to think. And they've not been able to prove it in their life yet. Maybe they haven't tested it in their life yet. But once you test it in your life and you've proven that the power to think creates a new experience, oh my God, you start thinking the way you want to think. If you're watching this, there's something in you that desires to be unique. It's calling you. There's something in you that says, think differently. You see, I don't know your answers. I'm not your guru. I'm not your spiritual know-it-all. What I am is an individual on the path to becoming more aware, sharing what I know that appears to work for me, and you get to discern whether or not it's something you want to try and does it work for you. I don't know what's right for you. I'm not judging anyone based on where they're going with their lives. Why? Because they're unique. And for me to judge them is to take away within my own mind their freedom to be unique, which means what? I'm not very loving, am I? Did you really catch the connection there? When we try to control another's thoughts, we're not loving them. We're trying to control them because we don't feel good unless we're in control. That's the ego, my brothers and sisters. The ego is something you use. It's not something you're ever going to get rid of in human form. It's something you use to help you experience life, just like your body. But where you place your thoughts, you have the ability to choose. In every moment, you can change anything by shifting your thought right now. But it's a decision. And when you make a decision, there's no turning back. You go forward. When I made a decision to become a minister, I made that decision at 54. I became a minister at 57. I became ordained at 60. So I've been a minister now 16 years. I've been ordained for almost 14 years. And I love it. Because I'm not teaching a dogma. I'm not asking you to believe anything. I'm asking you to not believe anything. Because a belief is just an opinion. And when you form a belief, that belief creates your life. So is the life you've created one that you desire, or is it time to build a new belief? And in order to build a new belief, we've got to embody that we have the freedom to think. So I ask you again, are you a free thinker? Play with that today and know that you are worthy of whatever you can choose, whatever you desire, whatever you can believe. Have a great day, everyone. Much love. Aloha.